Hello, I'm Jill Simmons and I'm here with Debi Cox, a Nia trainer. Is that correct? Is that what you are?
Nia Teacher
A
training.
Nia Teacher trainer. Um, Explain to me a little bit what Nia is.
Nia is a blend of martial arts, healing arts, and dance arts. So it brings together many forms. So you get a really balanced workout. So you're moving your body your body's way, but you also get a lot of mental well-being as well. So yes, your body is moving more in your way and getting your fitness levels up and getting movement within your body, but also from a mental well-being point of view, you get a lots of relaxation as well.
So how come it's an exercise class, is that right?
Yeah.
But it's not like any other exercise class, is it?
No, it's not. And I think that's one of the things that I found, and one of the initial interests that I had in Nia was that I tried many different exercise classes and I really didn't enjoy them. I found them quite boring. I found them that I was watching the time all, if I'd only got half an hour through, I was really not looking forward to the next half an hour. But not only that, but I injured myself quite badly in an exercise class. And so it kind of compounded my firm belief that exercise was not good for you. So I didn't enjoy it. I just didn't find any joy in it at all. But I was getting older and I wanted to take care of myself. And then just by chance, I stumbled across Nia, went to my first Nia class, quite sensed quite quickly that it was something a bit different. I must admit, there was this moment of not quite sure what this is all about, but the but was at the end of the class, what I'd really enjoyed about it was that I had got to know everyone's name in that class, so I knew who everybody was. I had laughed at myself quite a lot during the class, so I'd laughed and giggled along with everybody else at some of the things that we had done. My body felt really, really good, but I actually felt really calm as well. So I'd gone with my daughter-in-law and we sat in the car on the way home for 15 minutes in silence, kind of wondering, what we'd just done. Poor girl, I drag her along to all sorts of stuff. But after 15 minutes, I said to her, what do you think? And she said, well, it's very different to anything else I've done. Over that weekend, I felt really calm. So I wondered if it was connected with the Nia class or whether it was just circumstantial. So I went back the following week and the same thing happened again. And I started going to a regular class on a Saturday morning. The class was about 40 miles away from me. It was the only one that I could go to locally. That was my most local class. But I really, really enjoyed it. And the more I did, then a friend came with me as well. She really enjoyed it. She's another lady who doesn't enjoy exercise particularly. So it was a way really of us keeping ourselves well, that we actually enjoyed it at the same time.
I actually came to your class, didn't I?
You did,
the other day. And at first, I did think all these strange ladies running around the room being ninjas and flying on magic carpets.
That's right, yeah.
And I found it very. I must admit, when I left, I had this smile on my face as I was driving home.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, I've exercised, but I haven't. I look at the clock normally in an exercise class. I'm like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? But the other day, I thoroughly enjoyed myself. It was.
I think one of the things that the girls, or it's not just girls as well, we have got men that come along to class as well. I think one of the main things that I find enjoyable from it, and the girls, or the students find enjoyable from it, is that actually they really get connected with their bodies. So it's not about being in pain, and it's actually about recognizing things that are going on in your body. Does it hurt? If it does hurt, then you stop doing it and you change the movement according to what your body is willing to do at that time. Because there's elements of Feldenkrais in there as well, when you start doing very small movements in a certain way, you suddenly find that those small movements are getting bigger and bigger and bigger over time. So the movement changes, you get more movement within the body. But I think one of the main things is it's about connecting with who you really are. And in us all is that inner child that wants to have fun. And I feel that with Nia, that one of the biggest gains is that you can really connect with that inner child. Have some fun in a very safe environment where no one's judging you, or it's just a non-judgmental situation, and have fun and laugh together. It's not about laughing, at anybody else, not about that. It's about connecting with who you are and enjoying that for other people. And one of the things you said about smiling is that's one of the lovely things about it, like we were being ninjas on Saturday. And it's watching people's faces, it's watching the smiling and the laughter, and and connecting with joy, really, which I think is quite hard to do sometimes.
Because they're dance routines, aren't they? Would you say they're dance
They're
routines?
routines.
They are routines,
They are
aren't
routines, yeah. So we are, the company are really, they're wonderful, and they give us 3 different routines a year that we can choose, as well as a big back history of routines. And within that, we put our own spin on it. So we have the moves that are given to us, the music that's given to us, the choreography that's given to us. But really very much as well, I feel that each teacher puts their own spin on it, and their own personality will have to come into it at some point. So one of the things that I wrote, the last day of training, we write a letter to ourselves actually about what do we want our classes to look like. And mine was, I wanted it to be fun, I wanted it to be enjoyable, I didn't want it to be, so serious and so I'm hoping, and I think the students would agree, that the classes are fun. We do have fun, and we do learn to not take ourselves quite so seriously. Everybody moves differently. Everybody moves differently in class. They might be doing the same move, but it doesn't look the same. And that's really coming to accept that that's okay. The way they're moving is absolutely fine and dandy. And if one goes a different way to another, it's just taken as part of the fun of it, really. Their body didn't want to go right, it wanted to go left. No judgment made around that. It's just about enjoying going left instead of going right, and just taking it for what it is.
And it's for everyone, all shapes and sizes, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the other thing I really like about it as well, Jill, is that it is for everybody. So it doesn't matter whether you do exercise, you don't do exercise. Actually, it's about enjoying it for what it is. It's about getting movement within the body. It is for different shapes and sizes. There's no dress code, so you don't have to wear certain clothes. It's a barefoot practice. So there's no, special trainers that are needed. Footwear can be worn if people have got health issues that they need that for, but it's not a requirement. So one of the things I found when I was going to, normal fitness classes or other fitness classes was that, it kind of got a bit of a competition with what you were wearing. I'm not into all that. So, we've had people come in their pyjama trousers before because that's the only loose clothing they have. And that's fine. As long as they're comfortable, and their modesties, kept really, and people find that really, really freeing because they don't feel like it's non-competitive in every single way. It's non-competitive.
So how long have you been a Nia Teacher now then?
I've been a Nia Teacher for 2 years, and I can honestly say, I've learned an awful lot in 2 years. But I look back now at how I was 2 years ago from a confidence point of view. And I know how much I've changed. I can really see that now. And I think people that know me would say the same. That I'm much more comfortable in who I am, much more willing to be who I am, without, feeling, I don't know, I've got to excuse myself, really, I suppose.
So 2 years ago, you were looking on Facebook and you knew nothing about Nia at all.
No.
And then you just went off and decided to do it. It's very brave to...
Well, it was really odd. What was really, really odd about it was I just knew that I had to do it, and then trying to explain it to my friends who knew how much I disliked exercise, it was like, what are you talking about? You're going to go and do fitness? And I honestly believe they thought I was, at the start of my menopause, I'd got a bit mad, and to be honest with you, my family thought the same. It was just like, she's probably just gonna, flash in the pan kind of thing. But I knew that it was different. But I can't exactly explain to you how I knew it was different. I just did.
So in 2 years, you've gone from nothing to around 60 students. And how many classes?
4 classes a week, starting from September. It's been 3 classes up till now, and there's a 4th one being added in September. So.
Right, so they're in and around the southeast.
Yeah, so we've got one in Loxheath, at the Genesis Centre in Loxheath. We've got one at the Bursdon Community Centre, one at Priory School in Southsea. And we've just added Whiteley Community Centre at Whiteley. So it's trying to give them in different areas. My plan is to have 10 classes a week, dotted in different areas. That's the long-term plan.
So it's nothing like yoga, is it really, though?
It does have components of yoga in it.
Okay.
So the martial arts that it has in it, you've got Aikido, Tai Chi and Taekwondo elements. From the healing arts, you've got yoga, Feldenkrais, Nia Technique, and then from the dancing arts, it's Duncan dancing, jazz dancing and modern dancing.
Right, so that's all tied in.
Yes, and that's the bit that
to one.
Yeah, and that's the bit that I couldn't understand. So when I saw the initial thing about what it was all about, I'm thinking, how on earth would you combine all those things in an hour's class? And I was quite condescending, actually. I was quite kind of, how on earth would you? And I probably went with quite a negative mindset, which is a bit odd, really. But there are parts of it. So one moment you will be doing a taekwondo move with great precision, and the next moment you're doing a gentle tai chi movement, and then you'll be doing a little bit from yoga. So there's all these facets to it, that are woven into every single routine.
And just recently, it's actually made Hollywood, isn't it?
So on Now TV, there's a series called Big Little Lies, with some very famous actors and actresses in it, and one of the lead characters, Bonnie, is a Nia teacher. So it got shown on Sky and on Now TV, and they were inundated with people saying, "What exercise class is that woman doing? What is it?" And it was Nia. So that has been, that has really shown it in a much bigger audience, I think.
Well, it's been lovely chatting to you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
Lovely
you.
talking to you too.